Hello my dear students, welcome you all to this English class. I am Kusum Kumari Behra from Rajalakshmi Girls High School, Chikiti. Dear students, our today's topic is the Missile Men of India, paragraph 6, 7, 8 and 9. So before going to discuss today's topic, let us give focus some points of our previous class, that was the paragraph of 4 and 5. Dr. Kalam went to Square High Secondary School for his secondary education. In 1954, he graduated in physics in St. Joseph's College, Tiruchirappalli. Number 3, he completed his aerospace engineering in 1960 at Madras Institute of Technology. His dream was to become a pilot. He started his career at Hull as a trainee. He joined DRDO as a scientist. In 1969, he moved to ISRO as a project director. The purpose of SLV-3 was to develop the technology to launch satellite. In 1980, a satellite named Rohini was launched into the orbit. So this was the recap of paragraph 4 and 5. Now let's move today's topic, that is paragraph 6, 7, 8 and 9. Here we have the paragraphs of today. Okay, see. After spending 19 fruitful years in the ISRO, Kalam returned to the DRDO to head the country's integrated missile development program. Shortly it is called IGMDP. Here he took a leading role in the development of India's missile and nuclear weapons program. Missiles and nuclear weapons program. The program was very successful. It led to the development of 4 missiles, namely Prithvi, Trishul, Akash and Nag. The success of the program made him extremely popular in the country. Hereafter, he was popularly called the Missile Man of India. Next para. In 1998, as the chief of the DRDO, Dr. Kalam supervised the Pokhran-2 nuclear test, for which he had camped in Rajasthan's Thar desert for over a fortnight. The test was hugely successful. According to Dr. Kalam, it was a defining moment in the history of our country. Some years after the test, the Missile Men of India recollected, "Today I remember the hot day of 1998 at Pokhran, 53 degrees Celsius, when most of the world was sleeping. India's nuclear era emerged." Next, Dr. Kalam was appointed as the Chief Scientific Advisor to the Prime Minister and the Secretary of Defense Research and Development Organization, as we have discussed, DRDO, from July 1990 to December 1999. For his greatest contribution to the field of space, defense and nuclear technology, this eminent scientist was honored with the Padma Bhushan in 1981, the Padma Vibhushan in 1990, a nation's highest civilian honor, the Bharat Ratna, in 1997 by the Government of India. Next para, it was 27 July 2015. Dr. Kalam was delivering a lecture in Shillong. During the course of his lecture, he collapsed. He was immediately taken to a hospital. He had suffered a massive cardiac arrest. His death was a great loss for our country. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam will be ever remembered for his dedication, devotion and selfless service to the nation, particularly as the Missile Man of India. So dear student, this is the Paragraph 6, 7, 8 and 9. Now let's have the unfamiliar words and their meanings which you may come across while you read the paragraphs. Here are the unfamiliar words and their meanings. See, extremely, to a very high degree. Pokhran is a city or a municipality located in the Jaisalmer district of Rajasthan. It is situated in the third desert region and served as the test site for India's underground nuclear explosion. Camped, stayed in a tent or a temporary building for a certain purpose. Desert, a large area of land that has very little water and very few plants growing on it. Usually, very much. Defining moment, an important point in time at which something happens. Recollected, remember something. Era, an important period of time in history. Emerged, came out. Next. Contribution, service. Eminent, very famous or noted. Honored, respected officially. Collapsed, became senseless because of illness. Massive, very serious. Cardiac arrest, when someone's heart stops temporarily or permanently. Dedication, the hard work that somebody puts into a purpose within importance. Devotion, great love and care. Selfless, thinking more about the needs and happiness of other than one's own. So dear student, this is all about the unfamiliar words and their meanings. Now let's have the explanations of the paragraphs line by line. Okay, see. Para 6. After spending 19 fruitful years in the ISRO, Kalam returned to the DRDO to head the country's integrated missile development program. So as we studied in our previous classes that Dr. Kalam went to ISRO and he spent there 19 years. Fruitful 19 years means very successful 19 years. Then he returned again to DRDO. To where? DRDO, the country's integrated missile development program, IGMDP, to head the IGMDP, that is Integrated Missile Development Program. Here he took a leading role in the development of India's missile and nuclear weapons program, where he took a leading role in DRDO to the development of India's missiles and nuclear weapons program. The program was very successful. It led to the development of 4 missiles, namely Prithvi, Trishul, Akash and Nag. The success of the program made him extremely popular in the country. Hereafter, he was popularly called the Missile Man of India. And that program was very successful. And in that program was developed 4 missiles called Prithvi, Trishul, Nag and Akash. Okay, and due to that program, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was very much popular, was famous in the country, and that's why hereafter he was called as the Missile Man of India. As we previously discussed, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was called or was popularly known as the Missile Man of India because of his contribution towards the civilian space program and military missile development program. Okay, so here the explanation why did Abdul Kalam call the Missile Man of India. Next, in 1998, as the chief of the DRDO, Dr. Kalam supervised the Pokhran second nuclear test, for which he had camped in Rajasthan third desert for over a fortnight. So after that, Dr. Kalam worked as the chief of DRDO. Why? To supervise or to observe the Pokhran second nuclear test. Why? for which he camped in Rajasthan Thar Desert for a fortnight, means for 14 days. Okay, for 14 days he camped. He stayed in a tent in the Rajasthan Thar Desert. The test was hugely successful. According to Dr. Kalam, it was a defining moment in the history of our country. And the test, the Pokhran 2 nuclear test, was successful. And Dr. Kalam called the moment as the defining moment or the famous or the important moment of our country. Okay, in the history. Some years after the test, the missile men of India recollected, today I remember the hot day of 1998 at Pokhran, when the most of the world was sleeping. India's nuclear era emerged. So, who are the missile men? Who was the missile man? Obviously, Dr. Kalam was the missile man. He recollected, he remembered the day of 1998. Okay, what he remembered? The hot day of 1998 in Rajasthan's Thar Desert. Okay, so after that he also told that when all the people or when most of the people of the world was sleeping, India's new era emerged. Emerged means came out. Era means the period of time in the history is called era. So the new era emerged. Next para. See, Dr. Kalam was appointed as the Chief Scientific Advisor to the Prime Minister and the Secretary of Defense Research Development Organization from July 1992 to December 1998. So then Dr. Kalam appointed as the Chief Scientific Advisor to the Prime Minister and also Secretary of DRDO, Defense Research Development Program, from July 1992 to December 1999. Okay, remember the dates. For his greatest contribution to the field of space, defense and nuclear technology, this eminent scientist was honored with Padma Bhushan in 1981, the Padma Vibhushan in 1990, and the nation's highest civilian honor, the Bharat Ratna, in 1997 by the Government of India. As we have discussed that Dr. Kalam was very much contributed to our space, defense and nuclear fridge. Okay, that's why he was honored. He was honored with Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan, and also the civilian, we can say the highest civilian honor that is called Bharat Ratna. He was honored with these awards. Okay, and he honored with Padma Bhushan in 1981, Padma Vibhushan in 1990, and Bharat Ratna in 1997. Okay, by the Government of India. It was 27 July 2015. Dr. Kalam was delivering a lecture in Shillong. Okay, remember the date, 27 July 2015. Dr. Kalam was delivering a speech in Shillong. During the course of his lecture, he collapsed. Okay, when he was giving or when he gave the speech, at the time during giving of the lecture, he collapsed. He suddenly lost his sense, okay, due to illness. He was immediately taken to a hospital. He had suffered a massive cardiac arrest. Obviously, he was suffered with a serious, massive means very serious, okay, very serious cardiac arrest is the problem which is in the heart, which takes place in the heart. Okay, he suffered with that problem. His death was a great loss of our country. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam will be ever remembered for his dedication, devotion and selfless service to the nation, particularly as the missile man of India. Obviously, that day our country lost his great prophet, we can say, not prophet, a great man of our country. Dr. Abdul Kalam always we remember for his dedication, for his devotion, for his care and love, and also for his selfless service. He never thought of himself. Okay, so and also particularly we remembered always Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam as the missile man of India. So dear student, this is all about the paragraphs which we discussed today, the paragraph 6, 7, 8 and 9. So let's have the question answers and what you got from the paragraphs. Let's have the discussions. Let's check how much you got from this class. Okay, see, number 1 question. So the first question is, where did Dr. Kalam take the leading role in the development of India's missile and nuclear weapons program? Very good. DRDO. Next, what were the names of 4 missiles for which Dr. Kalam was popular? Very nice answer. So the first missile is Prithvi, second is Trishul, third is Jakas and Nag. Okay, so these are the names of what missiles. Where did he camp during the Pokhran second nuclear test? Very good. Rajasthan's Thar Desert. Next, what did Dr. Kalam name the Pokhran second nuclear test? Very good. Defining moment. Number 5. When was he appointed as the chief scientific advisor? Very good. From July 1992 to December 1999. Okay, so next question. Number 6. When was Dr. Kalam honored with the Padma Vibhushan? Okay, honored with the Padma Bhushan. Very good. In 1981. Next, when was Dr. Kalam honored with the Padma Vibhushan? Very good. In 1990. Okay. Number 8. What is the nation's highest civilian honor? Very good. The Bharat Ratna. Number 9 question. When was Dr. Kalam honored with the Bharat Ratna? Very good. In 1997. Number 10. When did Dr. Kalam pass away? Very good. On 27 July 2015. Okay. So dear student, this is all about the question answers of paragraph 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay. Now let's focus the sum up. Means it is all the highlight points of your total or complete chapter. See, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was one of the distinguished scientists of India and 11th President of India. Well, Kalam's birth and his family. As we have discussed earlier, Kalam was born on 15th October 1931 in a Tamil Muslim family in Tamil Nadu. His ancestors were wealthy traders and land owners, but the family became poor when Dr. Kalam was a child. Kalam's elementary education and his science teacher, whose name was Very good. Shiva Subramania Iyer, who inspired him to develop his skills. Dr. Kalam's behavior and way of taking the meal and cleaning the floors changed the attitude of Shiva Subramania Iyer's wife. It has wrongly written, that is attitude. Okay. Kalam's secondary and higher education. He completed his aerospace engineering in 1960 with the help of his compassionate sister Asim Johra. He began his career as a trainee at HAL, worked as a scientist at DRDO. He worked as project director at ISRO and got success. He took the leading role in the development of India's missile and nuclear program, and he was popularly called as the Missile Man of India. The Pokhran second nuclear test was highly successful because of him, and India's nuclear era emerged. He appointed as the chief scientific advisor to the Prime Minister and the Secretary of Defense Research and Development Organization. He honored with Padma Bhushan, Padma Vibhushan and Bharat Ratna respectively 1981, 1990 and 1997. He passed away on 27 July due to massive cardiac arrest. Okay, so dear student, this is the sum up of all the paragraphs which you have studied in what? In the Missile Man of India. So I have a very nice quote for you, my dear students. See, if you want to shine like a sun, first born like a son, by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Okay, so thank you, my dear student. This is all about today's class. Thank you. Bye bye.